Great to have a moment to catch up with Joey Rowell, the Emergency Management Coordinator and Deputy Fire Chief in the city of Hardeeville between storms. We're not having to talk about serious damage and that sort of thing right now. It's great to have a chance to maybe give us some thoughts on how we get ready for the next one. Joey, welcome to WHHI. Let's talk for just a moment about what we have been through this summer. It seems like almost a nightly occurrence that we're seeing a pretty good thunderstorm roll through, and it creates some heavy rains, but so far, fortunately, only for a few moments, unlike they've seen in some other parts of the country. Anything we should be doing now to get ready in case things do get worse from just a thunderstorm kind of standpoint?
Absolutely. Right now, we should have any of those preparations that we do for hurricanes and other inclement weather, have those supplies ready, because here in the Lowcountry, we do get hit with a lot of afternoon thunderstorms. Some of those can take out the power for a few hours. So making sure we have some of those creature comforts, making sure that we have some safe lighting, our phones are charged, making sure that we're being very visual with some of our things, with if we're cooking or whatever we may be doing, to make sure that we're doing everything safely. It's one of those things where we get a lot of those pop-up weather occurrences here, so it's nothing we're not used to, but we just need to kind of be a little bit more vigilant with things.
Well, and again, just little reminders. You just mentioned keeping your phone charged. I mean, that's a simple thing to do if you're around the house in the early afternoon, and even before you even see black clouds in the sky, keep your phone charged. I mean, it's not hard. We just got to remember to do it, right?
Absolutely.
What can we do around the house as well to keep things from puddling up and then backing up and then creating issues with drainage?
So we need to make sure that any of when we get these afternoon thunder showers and even with hurricanes, making sure that our water flows to are going to where they're supposed to. If you live in a planned neighborhood, a lot of times that water is going to go to either the streets or the lagoons. Make sure that the water is easily able to flow. But also, another couple things to do during this is making sure we have some of those surge protection devices. Electronics fall victim to a lot of these frequent lightning storms we have this time of year, as well as hurricanes.
Yeah, and the last thing you want is for your laptop to get blown up because of a lightning strike, and we've certainly had a lot of those. Evacuation is more of a hurricane thing than anything we deal with on a day-to-day basis, but are there new evacuation routes? Are there some things folks maybe need to do if they've been here for a number of years to reacquaint themselves with how to get out?
Absolutely. So in the past, we had it was broken down into just two zones, A and B. State EMD in the last couple, starting last year and now this year, they've broken it down into more zones. But in our greater region here in Beaufort and Jasper counties, we have A, B, and C zones. A would be the first ones to evacuate, then B, then C. The one thing that I will tell folks: be prepared, keep your fuel in your vehicles, make sure your vehicles are readily serviced, ready to go, because we may get that call this year. We never know when the governor declares an evacuation. And be patient, because everybody from the barrier islands are coming through, and they'll come through Hardeeville here, for especially south of the Broad, and we're going to north and west. So be patient. That's what we tell with the recent growth explosion in the last few years. There's a lot more folks on the roadways.
I was going to say, especially in a place like Hardeeville where you have had so much growth, are you guys constantly trying to figure out different ways to get, okay, how do we get this neighborhood that has just sprung up? How do we get these folks out of here if something bad happens?
So we talk with our neighborhoods. We've had a lot of community meetings that we try to do pre-storm. But when it comes to the routes, those are kind of state mandated. So Some neighborhoods have an option to where they're able to go east or west, but at the end of the day, they all end up on the same path, depending on how they get there. But we encourage folks to use good guidance, good credible information, and leave early. That way you avoid the gridlock.
What's the best website for folks to get on to just get caught up on everything we've been talking about?
So if you go to hurricane .sc,
Okay.
that is a spinoff of the South Carolina Emergency Management Division.
Okay.
And also you can go, the South Carolina Emergency Management Division has a app that you can get on most phones.
Good
and
idea.
it keeps you abreast of a lot of information. And depending on what jurisdiction you live in, there's good, credible information that comes out from Hardeeville, Bluffton, Hilton Head, Jasper County, whatever it may be that they're pushing out at the local level. But we try to push out a good, consistent message amongst us.
Again, Joey Rowell, the Emergency Management Coordinator and Deputy Fire Chief of the City of Hardeeville. Thanks for joining us.
All right, thank you.
We'll be back with more of the WHHI Daily News right after this.